Hola Seekers, this is Kim and bienvenidos to A Pick a Card. So in this reading, we will be looking into the month of June to find out what the overall energy, main themes, and lessons of this month will be. We will also find out what major changes or shifts will be occurring this month. Now we know that some changes are in our control and some are not, so we will look into a significant change that will be occurring that is out of our control. So this is pretty much an inevitable change. And we will also look into a change that is in our control. So this is a change that we can make happen in this month if we so desire to do so. And of course, these changes are for our highest good. And at the very end, we will look into any good news or blessings that is coming in the month of June. Okay? For this reading, I will be using El Tarot, Oracle cards, as well as keywords, and give an intuitive message at the beginning of the reading for each group. Okay, so we have 3 groups to choose from. The first group is represented by this stone over here. For group 2, we have this fairy stone. The camera won't focus. And for group 3, we have this Shiva stone. Okay, so as always, take as much time as necessary to pick your group. Pause the video if you need to, and whatever stone here calls out to you, then that will be your group. And the timestamp for each group is provided in the comment section down below. Okay, so now that you've chosen, let's jump into your reading. Let's go. Hola Seekers who chose this stone over here, bienvenidos to your reading. So we are going to be looking into the month of June, what the overall energy will be, as well as the main themes. And we will also see what changes or shifts will be occurring in this month, as well as any blessings or good news that will come in. I will be doing another pick a card that will focus on relationships for the month of June. I will be looking into the energy of your platonic and romantic relationships, as well as the relationship with self. So if you're interested, then do stay tuned for that, okay? But now we are going to get into your reading. So I like to begin the readings with an intuitive message, and for you guys, I received stay present. And it was a bit funny because the energy for this group felt a little intense. To give you an example or a visual, it felt like standing outside on a very windy day, and as you tried to walk or move forward, the winds keep pushing you back. So that might be representing a bit of resistance, but I also feel like big changes are coming for you guys. And I know usually for the monthly readings, we always hear that changes are coming, but remember that changes are always happening. They happen on a day-to-day basis. It's just that sometimes we don't perceive them as changes because they're not as impactful, or we find them a bit insignificant. But a change is a change no matter how small you perceive it to be, and the universe acknowledges that. But for you guys, this does actually feel like a big shift or change, something that you cannot deny, something that will be very noticeable. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards, and this card here will give us the overall energy as well as the main themes of the month, and possibly any lessons that you might be learning in June. So we have, I believe this is pronounced Vasily Kandinsky, transcend systems to find spirit. Hear music through sight. Begin with a dot. This message here is calling out to me, begin with a dot. It's just reminding me of an impact, creating an impact, making an impact. It might be the case that a slight change or shift that you made 6 months ago is now bearing fruit in June. So for example, let's say if you started working out at the beginning of the year, now you are going to see your results in the month of June. Or another example, let's say that you wanted to save a certain amount of money, and so you started saving last year, and you started off small with $1, with a quarter here and there, and then finally in June you will have in your savings the amount that you were aiming for. So this is something that you have been working towards, and I even feel like this is something that you weren't even very much aware of. Like, yes, you were actively putting in the work for this, but you weren't really thinking about it that much. And I feel this goes very much with the intuitive message that a change is still a change no matter how small you perceive it to be. And having this eye here is reminding me of perception. You know, it's how we perceive things that changes how we experience it. So even though we might see it as a small change, in the long run, it creates a big impact. It's like a ripple effect. And for some of you with transcend systems to find spirit, this might even be in regards to your spiritual journey. If you have been working on yourself, be it doing shadow work, healing, maybe working on your spiritual abilities or your spiritual gifts, then I am seeing advancement here, and this is kind of reminding me of the third eye, like a third eye activation. You might be seeing your clairvoyant abilities heightening in the month of June, so being able to see visuals or images in your mind's eye, and that is how you receive messages from spirit, from your higher self. Having very vivid dreams or prophetic dreams. For some of you, this might even be the ability to see grids or see energy. And with this message, hear music through sight. This might even be clairaudience. So it might actually be like hearing direct messages. That might be scary for some of you, but Spirit knows what you're okay with. And so if you're okay with hearing Spirit, then that might be an ability that will come through in the month of June. If that is unacceptable to you, then don't worry. That is not happening. This might be you receiving messages through music, maybe through simply like in your mind, you know how we have that inner voice. You might be receiving messages through that inner voice, and it becomes clearer, it becomes more pronounced. I definitely see you being more connected with spirit in the month of June, and I feel it is happening for a reason, because I feel spirit has very important messages to give you this month in order to guide you to the many changes that will be occurring. And this here is reminding me of like Saturn for some reason. And I know that we are going through a Saturn retrograde starting on the 23rd of May all the way to October 11, I believe. So I feel that this transit here has something to do with the changes that are coming in for you in the month of June. And I know Saturn has to do with karmic cycles or just karma in general. So this might be you closing karmic cycles, and that in itself ensues huge changes and transformations for you. But definitely this might even be the case in which you yourself will feel like creating big changes in your life, possibly ending cycles that have been holding you back, or moving away from situations, relationships, habits that you know were not allowing for you to express your truest self or to show up authentically. I do see like this wanting to break free, wanting to explore more and see more. But I'm going to pull out the other cards that will help us get more of the vibe of the month. So we have enthusiasm and we have I meet you. So with enthusiasm, we have the fire of life burning, and we have I was lucky to meet you. Yeah, so I did mention about the Saturn retrograde, and I know Saturn also has to do with relationships. Actually, I don't know much about astrology, so I hope I don't sound much like a dumbass, but I do know that Saturn has to do with relationships, and with this energy here, there is a potential here to unite or reunite with your soul family or with a soulmate. Yeah, because this feels almost like fated meetings, fated connections. This might even be uniting with a divine counterpart. if that applies to you. With enthusiasm, I am definitely seeing excitement here. This is that energy of breaking free, because we do have the fire of life burning, and I do see this hunger, this passion for exploration, for wanting to get to know your soul, wanting to get to know you a bit better. And the best way to do that is by exploring. It's by venturing out into what you've always wanted to do, what your soul has been pulling you towards. And there is no holding back now. Maybe that was the resistance I was feeling at the beginning. Like your soul wants to pull you forwards, but maybe your logical mind, your old belief systems are the ones that are holding you back. This might even be fears or the beliefs or doubts of other people around you that are causing confusion and doubts in regards to the steps that you want to take next, or your soul is nudging you to take next. So there might be a bit of an inner conflict happening in the month of June, but I do feel like you guys will be coming out of this, breaking free and accepting the changes that your higher self or spirit has planned for you, because you know that these changes are for your highest good. They are here to help you and allow you to expand and to grow as a soul and as an individual. And I feel like you guys might already be sensing that energy of change and shift occurring for you, and it's kind of undeniable. You know that something big is coming, something greater and bigger is waiting for you out there. And in the month of June, I do see you feeling curious and eager to discover what that is. But now I'm going to, I want to pull out some keywords. Okay, so we do have decision, we have ask, inspiration, and we have travel. I feel like pulling out one more, actually 2 more files. Okay, we have healing and we have divine. Okay, yeah, I am going to refer back to these as I pull out the rest of the cards. Okay, so these 2 cards here are to show us what changes will be occurring this month, but these changes in specific are changes that are out of our control. And Spirit here is just giving you a heads up. Okay, so for the overall energy, we have the Woodward, which is the Justice card. And to clarify, we have the Joker, which I believe is like the Fool card. Okay, so this is definitely big energy here. The Justice card, the Justice card is associated with the planet Saturn. And the Justice card does speak about karma, debts being paid, finding balance. So definitely I see karmic cycles closing and ending for you guys. Because we do have the Joker here, I do see blessings coming in for you guys. So this is about you receiving your good karma. So for all the good that you have done, for how well you have behaved, the universe is now rewarding you. Remember, it's this, what you send out to the universe later comes back to you. I'm definitely seeing this in terms to manifestation. So whatever intention you have been putting out to the universe as of late, you will be seeing the fruition of it in the month of June. Or you will start seeing the fruition of these in the month of June. Now, because the Woodward here is holding a cup, and cups are associated with emotions and feelings, and I also personally associate them with offerings. And we were talking about this Saturn retrograde here. For some of you, this might be the case that you have been waiting for or trying to manifest a union with your counterpart or with a soulmate. And I am definitely seeing that happening for you guys in the month of June. Because the Fool card does denote freedom, innocence, It's about adventure. And actually, it's also about travel. And we do have the keyword travel here. So if you have been looking to travel, or like I mentioned with the example before, if you have been saving up to travel somewhere, then I do see this happening for you in the month of June. It feels like a breaking free for you guys. And I feel that is the main change that will be occurring for you in the month of June, is you actually finally feeling free. This might be you breaking away from a relationship in which you felt trapped, or breaking away from a job or a career that wasn't allowing you to show up as you or demonstrate all of your potential. This might even be in regards to you finally seeing justice in regards to a situation, maybe in regards to the law or legality. And you coming out victorious. I also see this as representing a healing journey, because we can see how the Woodward here has been through it, but he's standing here tall, holding out his cup, waiting for his blessings. So if you have been going through a healing journey, most specifically if you have been doing shadow work, then I definitely see you coming out of that and coming out triumphant. And the Woodward is someone who has learned their lessons, someone who finally understands why they went through what they went through. This is someone who has fallen time and time again, but never gave up on themselves, never gave up on their dreams, and continued persevering and moving forward. And them holding this cup, it's like never giving up on hope. And we do have the keyword healing here, so I'm definitely seeing healing for you guys. That the healing journey never truly ends as long as we live, and that the healing journey is never linear. But this might be something that you were really struggling with, and that you thought that you will never be able to get out of this, or that it will never get better for you. But in the month of June, you are finally going to see the progress. And number 11 is always a number of manifestation for me. So definitely for those of you who have been trying to manifest something, have been working very hard on achieving a goal, I see you seeing the success of this in the month of June. And the Fool also represents new beginnings. So this definitely feels like you coming out of a cycle, out of a phase that was very difficult, that required a lot of effort and work and dedication from you, and entering into a phase that is more relaxed, more hopeful. And with the divine, it does feel like receiving your divine blessings. And I also feel like this is kind of part of your divine path. Like, this major shift was meant to happen at this time. And again, I feel like it has something to do with the transits. It might be because of this Saturn retrograde, or there might be something in regards to your personal birth chart that is associated with the astrological transits that are happening in June. But it feels like things are aligning for you guys. And with this hawk here, you are finally able to see clear, but it feels more like you're finally able to see your blessings. You're finally able to see that future that was promised to you. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the next cards that will let us know what changes will be occurring in the month of June that are in your control. So these are changes that you can make happen if you so desire to do so. And we have 5 of Arrows, Frustration, which is the 5 of Swords in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. And then we have the Extra Joker. So I love the Extra Joker because this card, I see it as my free pass. And usually I see this as allowing you to skip or jump a timeline. Whenever I see the 5 of Arrows, it reminds me of impatience. And it also reminds me of kind of being burnt out, because you're expending a lot of your energy without much intention or focus. Because see how this man is just shooting arrow after arrow, and his goal is to aim at his target, but no matter how close the target is, he continues to miss. So this always reminds me of less is more, and take your time and be mindful of how you're using your energy, where you're sending your energy to. So like I said, I feel a lot of you have been working very hard on possibly a healing journey, possibly in terms to your business, career, studies. This might be you working hard on manifesting something, and it feels like throughout your journey there's been a lot of frustration because you haven't seen things pick up for you, or you haven't seen things play out how you hope to. This might even be frustration in regards to not receiving the justice that you deserve or you feel deserving of. And I just lost my train of thought. But if that is the case, then because of this, you might have adopted a very defensive energy, feeling like you always need to be on the ready, on the go to fight back, to defend yourself, defend your case, to give it your all. It almost feels like being always on the go, go, go. And Spirit is kind of letting you know, like, in June, you don't have to work so hard anymore. You don't have to feel like you need to be up on the defensive. You don't need to feel like you need to fight for something or fight for yourself anymore, because justice is being served. The universe is taking care of everything now. You've done your part, and so you can relax now. You can sit back and enjoy your blessings now. And with this extra joker is now you have the opportunity to change things in terms to how you perceive the world, how you perceive the pace of things. Because if you have been waiting for a long time, possibly during that waiting period, you doubted whether you were ever going to get what you wanted, whether the universe was actually hearing your prayers or receiving your intentions. But in June, you will be shown that the universe has been listening to you, and that they have been working with you, and that the universe has been guiding you towards your blessings, that you have been on the right path all this time. And with this knowing, you will have the choice to trust in your journey a little bit more. And in this trusting, letting go of this need to push back or to fight or to swim against the current. Now you can trust enough to let go and surrender. And that will help you, I'm seeing here, jump a timeline. Because remember, we can get our blessings, but if we continue to keep the same mentality that was keeping us a bit stuck before we received our blessings, then the journey is going to feel the same even after we have what we've been working for. So Spirit is letting you know you don't have to hold on to this anymore. You don't have to hold on to this frustration anymore. We can skip this energy here. We can skip this timeline and move into a timeline where things are easier, where things feel easier, where you just simply have to ask and you receive, where you don't have to fight, where you don't have to struggle, where you don't have to prove yourself to anyone anymore, because you've done that already. You don't need to go back to that narrative anymore. This might even be you don't have to beg for the affection or the love of somebody else, because you know that you deserve better, because you know that what is meant for you will come to you without you needing to seek for it, without you needing to beg for it. But this is your choice here. And I feel like this is a beautiful opportunity, because it's not having to take that final exam is sort of what I'm getting. It's like you did so well on your midterm that here's universe giving you this free pass, letting you know, hey, we know that you've learned your lessons now. You know your material now. It's okay. You don't have to take the final. You passed the class. You can chill back now. You can relax now. Here's the snack. Here's your diploma. So this is about trusting more in the divine plan, trusting more in your journey, trusting in you, and having this mentality of no more sacrifice. I don't need to sacrifice anymore in order to prove myself, in order to have what I want. The journey doesn't have to be painful anymore, and it will not be painful anymore. Because from now on, I only accept that which is of me. And I am not one of pain or struggle or sacrifice. And with this ask here, this might even be you being open now to ask help from the universe, to ask assistance from others, and realizing that there is no shame in that. Because yes, the Woodward can defend themselves, but a little help from others doesn't hurt. The universe assists us through the hands of others, through the people that are incarnated in this life. And so sometimes refusing a lending hand is like refusing a blessing from the universe. Okay, but lastly, I'm going to see into any good news or blessings that is coming in the month of June. And we have the King of Swords, number 47, the Bride, and we have the Divine. Okay, so we have the Divine showing up here twice. And with inspiration, I feel like this is in regards to you receiving messages from the universe. When we are inspired, be it creatively, be it just in our everyday lives, for example, be inspired to clean our room or clean out our closet, usually those are messages coming from the divine or the universe. I just saw this divine here, and it reminded me of an awakening. We do have the King of Swords here, so because we do have the I Meet You card, and we do have the Woodward here, and I was talking about this Saturn retrograde. You might be meeting a King of Swords in the month of June. And I do feel like this is a soulmate. This is someone that you were meant to meet in this lifetime, were meant to connect with in this lifetime. It does feel like a divine connection. Now, the King of Swords can be a male, but it doesn't have to be. This is just denoting an energy. And the King of Swords is someone who is intelligent, witty, self-disciplined, and also very authoritative. And because I am connecting these two together, this is also someone who appreciates integrity and honesty and is extremely loyal to their passions, to the people that they love. This is someone who fights for what they believe in and is a go-getter. They do not give up easily. And I do feel like this is someone who might be mirroring you, because from them I'm also getting this energy of having learned many lessons, having fallen several times, but never staying down, always finding the courage and the strength to get back up again. There's this inspiration energy here. It's like their soul doesn't let them stay down. Their soul pulls them upwards and forwards because they know there is a higher purpose. I almost feel it like a call. Something is calling to them. And I feel like one of the reasons why they couldn't stay back or give up on their path is because their path was leading them to you. I do sense like this is a divine connection or a divine union here. So I'm not saying this is the sole reason, but this is one of the reasons why they persevere, why they continue. And I feel like this might also be one of the reasons why you couldn't give up, why you couldn't lose hope and faith. And if this is not physical union, this might be, because this is the King of Swords, this might be communicating with this person or coming into some contact with them. So if you do not know who this person is, you might find out in the month of June, or start communicating with them, talking back and forth with them in the month of June, be it through social media, through text and email, through phone calls, video calls, because we do have the energy of travel. This might be the case that your counterpart or this soulmate might be at a distance from you. This person might be from another country or another state. It might even be just from another city. But I do see you connecting with them in some way. And I'm also seeing this as connecting with them telepathically, forming a stronger psychic link with this person. And if you are already with somebody and the energy I just described describes your partner, then this might be your soulmate. And I do, because we do have the bride here, I do see you leveling up in your connection, be it forming a higher level of commitment, or this might even be spiritually. You both will be leveling up. Your connection will be ascending in some way. It might even be the case that you both begin pursuing your life purpose. And it might be the case that you might share a life purpose, or you might share a divine mission per se, but it doesn't have to be. This is just about you individually pursuing your life purpose. So this might also apply if you are already married and you feel like you're married to this King of Swords Woodward energy. And so with these many changes or blessings coming your way, there might be a lot of important decisions that will need to be made, because if this is in terms to beginning to pursue your life purpose per se, it might be the case that you might find yourself or needing to decide whether to leave an old situation, be it an old job or career, or moving from a location. And those are big decisions because they result in big changes. And so you might find yourself making these decisions or contemplating them in the month of June. And we do have the number 47 here. You add them up and it's the number 11 again. So if you start seeing 1111 quite often in the month of June, that might be a sign from the universe that your manifestation is coming in, or that you're very close to meeting this divine counterpart here, or this soulmate. I am sensing it mostly in terms to romantic, like a romantic partner. I'm not really feeling it to be platonic, but you could be meeting your soul family or members of your soul family in the month of June as well. And I feel like the 11th day of June might also be significant for some of you. So take that if it resonates. Yeah, but that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information can be found in my website, and the link to my website is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye. Hola seekers who chose the fairy stone, welcome to your reading. So we are going to look into the month of June, see what the overall energy will be, the main themes, as well as any lessons we will learn this month. And we will also look into what changes or shifts will be occurring, as well as any blessings or good news that are coming in. I will be doing another video or another pick a card that will be about your relationships for the month of June. I will be looking into your platonic and romantic relationships, as well as your relationship with self. So if you're interested, then please stay tuned for that. Okay, but now we will get into this reading. I will start off with an intuitive message, and for you guys, it feels like you're about to hit the jackpot. And I did receive the message in the back of my head. So this might be in terms to an idea that comes through in the month of June that will bear a lot of abundance to you. I just heard the message, you're sitting on a gold mine. You're sitting on a gold mine. So for some of you, maybe you've had an idea for quite a while, but you haven't really invested in it, or you haven't really started working on it. It's just been in the back of your mind. But Spirit is encouraging you to look more into that and maybe start working on it in the month of June, or start contemplating on it a bit more, because this feels like a very good idea. So this might be like a project or a new business venture. This might even be an idea to go back to school or to take a class or to start a new hobby. And you don't know it yet, but it feels like this will lead you to something big. This might lead you to a breakthrough or might lead you towards your path. So if it resonates with you, your life purpose or your true passion. But yeah, now we will move into the cards. So this card here will let us know what the overall energy will be, as well as main themes and possibly even lessons that you might learn in the month of June. And we have Gustav Klimt. Every portrait is a self-portrait. If no group will have you, start your own. Like gold, eroticism fluctuates with the times. Okay, so we have the energy of gold very predominant for this group, and gold reminds me of joy, of success, of abundance. So this feels like the beginning or the possibility for something grand in terms to financial abundance. So like I said, you guys might be sitting on a gold mine and you don't even know it yet. It feels like you have an idea or a plan, but you haven't really invested in it. And this idea or plan might lead you to financial abundance, or this might just be like spiritual or emotional abundance. Like I mentioned, it might lead you to discovering what your true passion or your true life purpose is. And with this message here, I know it might not be what this means, but what I'm interpreting it as is, remember that we may have more than one life purpose. Our journey fluctuates, it changes. Sometimes what we feel is destined for us turns out to be just a part of our journey. So like I said, maybe you will discover a new passion. Maybe you get this idea to go back to school, study a new career, and it's complete opposite or completely different from the career that you currently are on. And so it's like Spirit's way of letting you know, don't limit yourself, venture out, keep exploring, because you yourself are limitless. Your talents, your skills, your ability to absorb more, learn more, and to expand is limitless. So don't be afraid to pursue your passions. With this message, if no group will have you, start your own. Again, I'm being reminded of the message, you are sitting on a gold mine. If this is the case that as of yet you haven't found what it is that you want to invest your energy or time into, maybe you are a student and you have yet to identify with a career or with a major. If this is not like in terms of classes, this might even be in terms of like clubs or extracurricular activities. It might be the case what you want hasn't been created yet, and the one who will create this is you. So again, do not underestimate your capabilities and your ability to create something amazing. Like, this is the energy of a pioneer. So again, if you don't find anything that calls out to you, then most likely it's because what you're looking for is inside of you, is in your brilliant mind, waiting to be created by you. And this doesn't just have to be like in the creative or arts field. This can be a business, this can be a movement, this can literally be starting a group or a club, maybe in terms to activism, maybe even in terms to mental health or mental well-being, something that you don't see out there that you're craving for. This is your opportunity to create it, to make space for it. With every portrait is a self-portrait. Everything you create is a reflection of you. I just got this message. If you want to get to know yourself a bit better, then pay closer attention to what you're putting out there, be it a creation. With your creations, with whatever you put out there, you can connect more with your soul, connect more with your mind, connect more with the way that you view the world, with how you are thinking. And also, whatever successes you accomplish, whatever positive acknowledgement you receive, take that, because all of that is a reflection of you, of your magnificence. So do not minimize it. Do not minimize you. With this blue color here is reminding me of the throat chakra, and that's all about communication and speaking up, speaking your truth. So in the month of June, I see this nudge for aiming for your voice to be heard, be it through literal communication or being through the work that you put out there, through your efforts. This here is reminding me of the evil eye. So I am seeing protection, and these tentacles are actually reminding me. Oh, it's actually a snake. So yeah, it's reminding me of a snake, but it is a snake. So I am seeing protection here, protection from the divine. So your work is being protected, because I feel like if you've been inspired to hunger for more, it's for a reason. It's because the universe has chosen you in a way to create this new thing, to start a movement, to give space to others, because they know that you have the abilities and the capabilities to do so. And with all this yellow color here, it's reminding me of the solar plexus, and that's all about confidence. Standing your ground, believing in yourself. This is about knowing who you are and what it is that you want. And actually with the snake here, I'm seeing you actually communicating with spirit. So whatever ideas you are receiving, they are being divinely sent to you. You are working with the divine here. You are working with the universe. So in June, I definitely see you discovering or getting more acquainted with yourself and with what you want to create, what you want to pursue. And with these patterns here, I'm seeing community. So I do feel like you guys will help build a community or help bring people from all over the world together through the work that you do, through the space that you create. But the other card here is to see the vibe of this month, and we have ephemeral. The fleeting time taught us to cherish. So ephemeral means the concept of things being transitory. So it's the knowing that certain things last for a short time. And I feel like it goes very well with the message or with the interpretation I gave here with like gold, eroticism fluctuates with the times. So do not be afraid to embark on something new. Do not be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. And I know that's more easier said than done. I don't know why I just got this message. I don't think it's very productive, but what we view as discomfort might become a comfort zone later on in the future. I feel like what you're heading towards is not something that will make you feel uncomfortable. And I say this because this snake is reminding me of passion. This is something that your soul is pulling you towards, and I don't feel spirit will force you to do anything you don't want to. And so this is a change that, yes, might be uncomfortable because it is different, because it requires for you to take action, and that might be something new, but it won't be uncomfortable in a way that it forces you to do something that you truly do not want to do, because I do sense this desire to start on this. I do sense a passion for this. So this might even be the case that you might need to divert from your current path in order to pursue this new thing, because this life is all about change. It's all about fluctuation and transitions. And we do have the snake here, which is all about that rebirth energy, which is all about change and transformation, because we know that the snake sheds skins as it grows. So allow yourself to be like the snake in a way. When it's time to shed your old life, then do so in order for you to be able to grow into your new life. It feels like the beginnings of something new for you guys. So if you do, it might not be the case that you start on this new project in the month of June, but you start having this ambition, this passion for it starts growing in this month. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards. Oh, but before I do, let me pull out some key terms. Will help us see what other main themes this month will touch. And we have growth. Yes, this is about growth. Finances, we have forgive, and we have foundation. So most definitely I see you guys creating new foundations or starting planning out this new foundations that you will be creating in the future if it's not in June. And like I said, you guys, with the gold mine, with the gold energy here, this will help immensely in terms to your finances. This will help you obtain that financial abundance or that financial stability or that you might be seeking. And with forgive, that also kind of reminds me of the snake energy, letting go of things that no longer serve you and things that might be holding you back. You know, these might be bad experiences. And the best way to let go of it is through forgiveness, because then we don't carry any anger, any resentment, because that's heavy and dense energy. And that blocks our creativity, blocks our connection with self. So, but now I'm going to pull out the rest of the cards. And these cards will let us know what positive changes and shifts will be occurring in the month of June. But these changes in specific are changes that are out of our control. To give us the overall energy, we have Page of Stones, Links, which is the Page of Pentacles. And then we have the 8 of Swords, number 32, the Mountains. Okay, so the Page of Stones talks about an offer. It's also an energy of setting goals, of developing a plan, of laying foundations. The Page of Stones also talks about potential and the promise of something with excellent prospects. So usually this also denotes good news in terms to like the material plane. So this might be good news in terms to your finances, good news in terms to career, job situations, creative or personal endeavors. So Spirit is letting you know it's definitely part of your divine plan. It's definitely part of your journey to begin and set foundations. And I'm getting like this creeping energy here. And so like this new beginning is creeping up on you. And it started off with an idea, but now it's becoming more prevalent. Now you can't stop thinking about this. Now the passion, the ambition for this is growing, and it will be very predominant in the month of June. Now this might represent someone coming in to give you an offer that helps you lay this foundation, that helps you begin this project, that helps you execute this idea or this plan. This might even be someone who helps you plan this out. And this might turn out to become a business partner, or I see it as someone who feels like your right hand person, someone who will also kind of be working behind the scenes. If not, this might even be representing a loan, or like I'm even getting like a physical place. Like just for an example, let's say you're at college and you want to start a club. This is you receiving permission to establish your club, or being given a class where you can have your meetings. If we go a little bit bigger, this might be like finding a place that you can rent, like a studio or something, in which you can begin your business. Or again, if this is like forming a community where you can gather your community in. If it's not a physical place, this might even be like a social platform. It just feels like you finding a place that feels right to you, in which you can execute this idea that's been in the back of your mind. Stone energy is connected with the element of earth, and that is a very slow moving energy. So I'm just seeing you guys laying the foundations in the month of June. This is not going to skyrocket into let's say a multi-millionaire business overnight. This is something that will grow slowly, because you are barely planning it out. You're barely executing. You might have an idea, but I don't feel like it's very detailed at this moment. And that's why this foundation, that's why this energy is here, because we're just getting a little bit more involved with it in the month of June. With this 8 of Swords, it does talk about a self-sabotage energy, feeling trapped, feeling restricted. But it's not usually because of external factors. It has to do more with our mentality, with our thoughts, with how we perceive a situation. It might be the case that you will have an opportunity to lay your foundations, to begin on this idea, I'm even getting out there, coming out of your comfort zone, as we were talking about here. This might even be you simply needing to, I don't remember what it's called, but for example, if you are looking for a loan, you know how, like a proposal, you needing to propose something to someone, and maybe you need to give a presentation, and maybe speaking publicly is something that is uncomfortable to you, or that requires for you to come out of your comfort zone. So I do see a little bit like of anxiety here going on. And maybe this causes you to retreat or to doubt whether this is something that you want to do. But Spirit is just letting you know, this is all in your head. Yes, your fears and anxieties are valid. And I know that at times it can be crippling even. But Spirit is letting you know, you can do this. You can do this. And do not give up on your dreams. Do not give up on what you are passionate about. With this mountain, I'm getting like, be like the mountain. You guys are courageous. You guys are strong. And when you decide to stand in your power, nothing can push you down. And if there are obstacles that come your way this month, let's say you do give a proposal, you do ask for that loan if you need it, but you do not get approved, do not see this as a dead end. Do not give up right away. This is a challenge, simply. See if there is another way around this situation. Maybe you need to knock on the same door twice, and that is okay. I know we get discouraged, and if we are overthinkers, if we do have these fearful, insecure, or anxious tendencies, when we receive a no, it can be very, very discouraging. Yet, if after we've, dealt with those fears or with those feelings of insecurity and doubt, a resurgence for wanting to try again happens, then do try again. It's okay to knock on the same door twice, because I definitely feel like there is a passion here, you guys, and this won't let you rest. This won't let you give up, because this is your soul calling to you to keep pushing forward. I keep getting like there is another way around the mountain. So I'm definitely seeing somebody coming in and possibly helping you out or giving you advice on how to go about this situation if there is a challenge that presents itself. And they will help you get through this more easily, because possibly they have experience with this, or maybe they might even have some connections. So they will help you out. And also, this help is reassurance from the universe that you are on the right path. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards, which will let us know what changes will be occurring that are in our control. So these are changes that we can make happen if we so desire to do so. So we have the Eight of Arrows, struggle, which is actually the Eight of Swords, but we have it in reverse here. And then we have the King of Swords, number 47, the bride. Okay, so lovely. We do have the Eight of Swords here, and I feel like it's practically what I already mentioned here with this card. This is about not giving up. Remember, if there are fears, insecurities, or doubts that arise when you are faced with a challenge, that is just your brain speaking smack. That is just your brain's insecurities. It has nothing to do with reality or with facts. Because when the Eight of Swords is in reverse, it talks about finding solutions. It talks about you regaining control of the situation. So the change that you can make happen is whether you allow these thoughts to control you or not, whether you decide to believe in them, whether you decide to call quits after you are faced with an obstacle, or whether you decide to look around and see if there is another way through, because Spirit is letting you know there is another way through. And also, do not fear making yourself big. And feeling powerful. Do not fear being empowered, because possibly all this time you guys have been making yourself small, minimizing your talents, your skills, your capabilities, and this is about breaking free. And maybe this has been a work in progress. Maybe you guys have been going through a healing journey. Maybe this is about feeling confident, growing your confidence. And I feel like this is the breakthrough. This is you finally saying, hey, I have worked this much. Now I'm ready to give it a shot. Now I'm ready to bet on myself. I'm going to take that step forward. I'm going to try. And if you try, you will succeed. Most definitely. We do have the King of Swords here, and the King of Swords is a very empowering energy. Sometimes it can be even intimidating, and I feel like this is kind of your guys' essence. Like, you feel you guys are very intelligent, very logical. You do have this very authoritative vibe to you or energy to you, and sometimes it might come up in the spirit of the moment. I feel like it usually comes out when you're very passionate about something, when you're trying to find order or see justice in regards to something. I feel like you guys do not stand for injustice, and you guys see opportunities where others see closed doors. You do have that. It's just this little voice of insecurity that makes you believe that you don't. But that's why the universe is, if the universe shows you challenges, is to show you that, look, you do have this ability to see opportunities where others see none. That's why they've chosen you to create something new, because you guys can see the possibilities. We do have the Bride here, and it's reminding me of commitment, and the King of Swords is someone who is extremely loyal. So Spirit is letting you know, we know you are a loyal person. We know that once you set your mind to something, you're on that track. But what are you committing to? Are you committing to an idea of failure? Because if you are committing to that from the very beginning, then that is where you will lead yourself to unintentionally. Because the King of Swords is also about perspective. And so the change here is how you choose to see something and what you choose to commit to. Commit to you, commit to your passions, commit to your ideas, your beliefs, to your vision. And once you commit to that, we know that you will find a way to make it a reality. Because that's who you are. You guys are not giver-uppers. And if you ever decide to, say no to something, it's because there is an underlying reason for it. It is because it's most likely not of the highest good, and you guys know that, and that's why you're saying no to it. The King of Swords can also be an authoritative figure. And so if you come in contact with an authoritative figure, as we were saying before, somebody that you feel you need their help in order to progress, and you feel intimidated by this person, please know that you are also the King of Swords. You can meet this person eye to eye. They aren't superior than you. No matter what position they hold, you can still meet them. Like I said, you guys are highly intelligent. You guys are witty. You guys can keep up to beat. So do not downplay yourselves. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated by this person. Remember, they are as human as you. So don't call quits before even trying. Because I do feel like you guys will have the ability to persuade this King of Swords. If it's not a person, it might just simply be like the situation, a challenge that feels like impossible to overcome, but it's not. It's not impossible. You guys will find a solution. You guys will find the way. Okay, but lastly, I'm just going to see what good news or blessings are coming your way in this month. We have the Four of Wands, the key, number 4. And then 2 cards fell out. I kept asking for one, but 2 cards kept falling out, so I took them. And we have goodness and we have potential. Okay, well, Spirit is being very straightforward here. You guys have potential. Your idea has potential. Whatever this is that we were talking about, a business venture, starting a community, creating a space for a community, all of this has potential. And with the seed being here and it with And with it being rooted, I feel like the seed has already been planted. It's been planted a while back and it has been growing in your mind. But now it's time for it to see it happen and blossom in this material plane. And I see this happening in June. It's the beginnings of it. Because we do have the number 4 here showing up twice. And the number 4 is all about foundations, stability, security. I also see it as a number of healing and a number of protection. Protection from the divine, protection from angels or spirit guides. So you are divinely protected. You are being divinely guided. With this key here, I see it as a key of opportunities. When there's closed doors, universe will give you the key to open those closed doors. When there are challenges, universe will show you that you have the key within you to overcome these challenges. You guys have potential to open closed doors, to create new doors. And again, we have yellow here, that solar plexus. We have yellow here again. Believe in yourself. Be confident in yourself. This is about growing your confidence. You guys have a heart of gold. This heart of gold is leading you to great and amazing places, to do great and amazing things, to help others establish their confidence in self. Some of you, this might be your journey to help others in their healing journey, to help others feel confident, to remember who they are, to see their potential, to see their inner light. You guys have goodness in you. That's what the universe sees. That's why they're guiding you on this path. And the 4 of Wands is all about victory. Victory, celebration. It talks about community, celebration, prosperity. This also talks about laying down roots. So I definitely see you guys taking the first steps to building your foundations in the month of June in order to see this fully blossom and bloom in your future. The 4 of Wands can also represent divine connections, because I'm noticing how we have like this yellow circle here, and then we have it here with the potential card. So this might be you. Once you embark on this journey, you might open your heart chakra, open your heart space, and that will allow for you to call in your soulmate, to call in your divine counterpart, to call in your soul family. And this is the beginning of something beautiful. So I'm not necessarily seeing you connecting, uniting with them, or reuniting with your soulmate, soul family, or divine counterpart in the month of June, but it is the initial of it. It is you opening door for this to happen in the near future. And it feels near, feels soon. Because I feel like you will be meeting your soulmates, right? People that are part of your soul family throughout this journey. And I feel like these people will be ones who help you, be collaborators, be just friendships, be part of this community. And one of those will be your counterpart. And I also see this as you finally seeing your heart's desire come into fruition. And I see connection also with inner self, connection with your soul, connection with your higher self, connection with spirit. Once you begin this, you will start seeing things flourish and progress. So you guys will see the growth. And that will motivate you. That will help you be more confident in your journey, in your path, and also in your intuition, because it was your intuition, your inner guidance that pulled you to begin on this in the first place. And so you will start trusting yourself more and trusting in the divine more. I see a beautiful unfoldment here, and June is just the beginnings of it all. Yes, but that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and until next moment, bye-bye. All seekers who chose the Shiva Lingam stone, welcome to your reading. So we are going to look into the month of June, get the overall energy, the main themes, and or some lessons that you might learn this month. We are also going to look into changes or shifts that will be occurring, some that are in our control, some that are out of our control, and we will also get to see what good news or blessings are coming your way this month. I will be doing a relationship reading for the month of June, but that will be a separate video, another pick a card. And it will not be exclusive to romantic relationships. I will be looking into your platonic, your romantic relationships, as well as your relationship with self. So if you're interested in that, then please do stay tuned. Okay, now we're going to get into your reading. So as I connected with the energy of this group, I actually received a visual, and that was of a green light, a flashing green light. Now, this can be Spirit's way of letting you know it's safe for you to move ahead, but I personally associated this flashing green light with The Great Gatsby. That's the first thing that came to mind. So whatever you felt was out of your reach, whatever you felt was possibly too far-fetched or unattainable, but you longed for it and desired it, I feel Spirit is letting you know, do not lose hope in regards to this. Do not lose faith, because what you think to be impossible is possible. And I feel like you guys are actually getting closer and closer to your green light. So to that which you truly long for and desire. Okay? I do want to talk about the Shiva Lingam stone because I feel this to be a powerful stone. This is actually one of the only stones or crystals I have that I have not yet worked with because I am a little bit intimidated by its energy. So this one actually embodies both the masculine and feminine energies, and it's also known as the cosmic egg. So it is the energy from which all creation emerged. So for those of you who are actively trying to have a Kundalini awakening, then this stone here will be very, very helpful. This one connects with all of the chakras because it helps bring alignment, it helps merge that masculine and feminine energies. So this one is very helpful to enhance inner transformation and also to bring unity within self. And possibly it might even help those who are in separation with their counterparts, with their divine counterparts. It will help bring in a feeling of unity and will help dismantle, is that the correct word? The illusion of separation. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards. In all honesty, for all the groups, it feels like it's a very transformative time. There is a lot of energy of upgrades and awakenings and ascensions, so it's pretty exciting. But we're going to look into the energy for you guys. So this card here will let us know what the overall energy of the month will be, as well as the main themes or some lessons you might learn in June. So we have Andy Warhol, eat dessert before dinner, give your 15 minutes some time. Wanting can be better than having. So this message is calling out to me, eat dessert before dinner. I feel in the month of June, you will come to this realization that the moment to live is in the now. And you will be more mindful of what you're choosing to invest your energy in, what you're choosing to invite into your space. If it's not bringing you happiness, inspiring you, if it's not assisting in your growth and your expansion as a person, as a soul, then is it truly something that you want to be investing your energy into, giving your time to? I know we often say time is an illusion, and that is true because that's something that we have created ourselves. But even though there's no real set time, we ourselves make time. So we make time for people. We make time for a certain event, to do a certain thing. So what is it that you're making time for? So this is almost like you are choosing your days. You are choosing how you want to live your days and how you want to experience it. That's the most important part, because I know that some things are out of our control and sometimes those things might feel very unpleasant. You know, they might frustrate us, they might sadden us or anger us. But this is about whether we are going to let it stay that way. So like with this eat dessert before dinner, if dessert is your favorite meal, then why leave it till the last minute? Do what motivates you, what inspires you, what brings you joy now. Don't leave it for later. Because later does not yet exist. What exists is what is here in the present. So when you are heading to bed at the end of the day, you can look back to your day and say, hey, I chose to have a pretty good day. Remember, you are the creator of your life. And being a creator of your life is not solely about manifesting big things or attracting breakthroughs. Being the creator of your life means that every little step that you take, every choice that you make, how you choose to respond is a choice. It's your choice. Give your 15 minutes. Wow, I just had like a ringing in my ear. Give your 15 minutes some time. This might not be the correct interpretation of this message, but what I'm receiving from this is enjoy your moments. Sometimes we are looking for our breakthrough. Sometimes we are looking to achieve, to get somewhere, and we don't realize that the happy memories are being created in the now. So sometimes we might not realize that we are living the best experiences in our now until way later. And it's because usually in our now, we are worried about a future that is not yet even here. And I feel like this is also talking about whatever you're aiming for, whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever it is that you desire. I know we want it now and we wish that we could get there faster and quicker, or that it could come to us faster and quicker. But this is letting you know, hey, give it some time. Be a bit patient. It's gonna come. Whatever you want, you will have. So why rush it? Enjoy the moment of getting there. And I feel like, oh, it's right here. Wanting can be better than having. I feel like sometimes the getting there is the most exciting part than actually having that. So enjoy every single moment, because this is not about happiness being at point B while you're at point A. This is happiness throughout the entire journey. Because like I mentioned before, time is an illusion. For the universe, things don't happen linearly. It's like everything is meshed together. And so all of this, if you can imagine this whole journey, it's inside of a bowl. And you're in that, you're in all of that. But if we're thinking that everything is separate, then of course we're going to believe that happiness is far away from us. But it's already here. Your manifestation, what you want, it's already here. You're already getting some breadcrumbs of it. You're already getting a taste of it. So savor it so you can get the full beauty of it. So you won't feel like you're missing out on a single thing. So I actually feel like you guys being a bit more patient if you are trying to manifest something, if you're trying to call in for something. I do feel you being a little bit more relaxed in the month of June. Feeling like everything is in order, feeling like you are on the right path, seeing things from a different perspective. And this perspective allows you to be more trusting, allows you to feel more relaxed, and allows you to enjoy where you are right now in your journey, because where you are right now is perfect. And you actively choosing in your life what you want and what you don't want, and being at peace with your choices. Okay, but the next card allows us to get a little bit more of the vibe of the month, and we have Twinkle. The brightest flicker is the heartbeat. So this Twinkle card is kind of giving me vibes of hope, of faith, of playfulness and innocence. I got the word reimagining, and I feel like that is what is happening in June. You are reimagining your situation, the world. You are seeing it in a different light, and this light allows you to experience all that is in a more light-hearted manner. This has to do mostly with the fact that you will feel more connected with your heart space, thus feeling more connected with your true self, feeling authentic. And I feel like feeling authentic in your choices. You're not forcing yourself to choose something that you honestly do not want. You are showing up for you in the month of June. And in that, you're showing up for others. When we show up for ourselves, it's easier to show up for others because we're not denying ourselves. And in not denying ourselves, we can find connection with all that is. So I am definitely feeling a lot of faith, a lot of hope, a lot of reassurance for you in the month of June. Okay, but now we're going to move into the other cards. And these cards here are to show us what changes will be occurring this month, and these changes are ones that will be out of our control. So these are inevitable changes that will be happening in June. And of course, these changes are always for your highest good, okay? Ooh, beautiful. So we have the green woman, who is the Empress of this deck. And then we have Seven of Pentacles, number 38, the Flames. This is an amazing energy to have. The Empress is such an empowering energy. It is about creation and creativity. The Empress does denote feminine energy, and the feminine energy is all about life and birth and creation and nurturing as well, because we do have the milk here. And the Empress does connect with earth energy, at least that's how I feel it. So I am sensing a very grounding energy for you guys in the month of June. And I feel like it's very kind of reminiscent of this twinkle energy. There's just going to be this trust that you are where you are meant to be, that you are on the right track. Even the number, see it as alignment, because I see it as the connection between the mind, the body, and the soul. So you guys are coming in alignment with your true selves and feeling empowered by that. And I say that because we do have the Seven of Pentacles here. The Seven of Pentacles is all about your hard work finally paying off, seeing results, things finally coming into fruition. And this is such beautiful energy because it's all about growth. It's all about life. So whatever it is that you guys have been actively working on, be it something material, be it something energetical like a manifestation, it's coming in for you guys in the month of June. You will start seeing signs of it in the month of June. And the Empress does denote riches, does denote wealth. So if you have a self-made business, then I'm seeing things improving for you financially. That's the energy I also get with the Seven of Pentacles. For those of you who work, who have a job, you will be praised at your work. You will be recognized for your talents, for your capabilities, for your abilities. For those of you who are creators, I see you guys shining in the month of June. The Empress does give this very sensual energy, very magnetic, and so you guys will be receiving a lot of positive attention. I even see that with this fire because it's about that passion. It's about igniting a spark in others. So I feel you guys will be very inspired in the month of June, inspired to create, be it creatively as in the arts, or just inspired to create more for your business, feeling more energized to go to work, feeling more passionate about the work that you do. But I also feel like this is about you inspiring others in whatever it is that you do. Even if you're not working or have a job or are an artist in any way, this is just simply talking about your presence inspiring others. For those of you who have been actively working on self-care, self-love, it's showing this month because you're showing up as the Empress. And remember, this has nothing to do with gender. It's expressing an energy. And I feel this is the reason why people are drawn to you, because you are exuding this love, this acceptance towards self, and thus this confidence. And so in the month of June, I see you continuing practicing this self-love, self-care, being accepting of self, and showing up for self. Tending to self is what I'm getting with this Seven of Pentacles. Tending to yourself like a flower, like a plant. So again, whatever you have been working on, you will finally see the fruition of it in the month of June. And then we do have 3 and 8. So the number 3 again is a number of creation and creativity. And the number 8 is about this working energy, working day and night on something, working diligently on something. in order to better it. So I am seeing progress for you guys, and it feels like things are picking up for you. And it's not slowing down anytime soon, because you guys will feel inspired to create more, to accomplish more. So it's almost like this unstoppable energy. No one can stop you. For some of you, you might even decide to start a business of your own, to become self-employed, or to start a side hustle is also what I'm getting. And I feel like if you do, you will see a lot of material or financial abundance coming from this, but it also, I feel like it will help build your confidence a lot. So let's say if you decide to side hustle, and your side hustle is becoming a tarot reader, opening a tarot reading channel on YouTube, and it starts doing very well, then you will start feeling more confident in yourself, in that you will see, hey, people are resonating with my readings. That means that I am connecting with my intuition. That means that I am connecting with spirit. And so you can start trusting more in your intuition in your personal everyday life. For some of you who are looking for their divine counterpart, the green woman does give me divine counterpart vibes. Your counterpart will be coming into your life in the month of June, and I feel like you guys manifested this union or reunion. And I'm seeing a lot of passion here. I'm seeing sparks flying. I feel like it's also the case that if it's not only you, your counterpart has also been actively working on making this union happen. And because it is the Empress, and we do have the Seven of Pentacles here, for those of you who have been working on becoming pregnant, then it's a high possibility for that to happen in the month of June. So a heads up. And then, yeah, we definitely at the 8 and 3, and that's the number 11. And I always associate the number of 11 with manifestations as well as divine connections or divine unions. And I'm noticing we have 3 showing up here twice. So if you see 333 a lot, that might be a sign from the universe or your spirit guides that your manifestation is on its way, or that you are on the right path. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards, which will let us know what other changes will be happening in June, but these are changes that you can make happen if you so desire to do so, or changes that will be in your control. And a lot of cards fell out for this one, so we'll see what they are. So we have 12 the Mirror, which is the Hangman of this deck, and then to clarify, we have the King of Cups, number 24, Hand in Hand. And how am I going to put these cards? I'm not sure. Let's see. The next card is the Two of Cups, number 19, the Gentleman. Okay. And the last one is the Queen of Cups, number 23, the Ring. Okay. Oh my goodness, and I forgot. I am so sorry. I'm all over the place. I forgot to pull out some keywords for you guys. I did it for the other 2 groups, so let me just pull some for you. This will allow us to know about the main themes that this month will cover. So we have Spirit, Transform, Listen, Relationship, Communicate, Body, and Connection. Yeah, okay, perfect. So I want to refer to this body and in terms to the Empress. So I do feel like in the month of June, you guys will have a healthier relationship with your body. And you don't have to be female to be able to relate with the Empress energy, because this is simply an energy, has nothing to do with genders. And with Listen, again, this is about listening more to your intuition, trusting what is coming through intuitively for you guys, because I definitely see a stronger connection with spirit as well as with your higher self, and that's why we have Communicate here as well. And I feel like with this Communicate, you guys will be communicating more about what you want, more about your truth. And I feel like that helps liberate you in some way and feel more empowered. Oh, and actually this one also fell out, just Joy. Fell over here. outside of the frame. But okay, back to this one. So the mirror represents self-reflection, introspection, and this is reminding me of connecting again with this feminine energy and connecting more with your intuition, connecting with your feelings, with your emotions, not being afraid of your emotions, diving deep. Because we do have the full moon here, and I love it how she's holding it as if it were a crystal ball. So this is about looking deep within to find the answers, to just get to know yourself a bit better, get intimate with your soul. Ask yourself the deeper questions and trust that you will have your answers. And the moon does often talk about hidden truths. It can talk about fears. It also talks about the subconscious. So I definitely see you guys having the opportunity in the month of June to delve into those places of your mind that possibly before felt a little too daunting. To actually connect with your heart and feel into your emotions and not run away from that. And this is about being completely, utterly honest with yourself. You know, because we do have this king, this queen, this two of cups. The two of cups denotes partnerships, talks about soulmates, divine connections. It's an energy of reciprocity, of unconditional love, and then we have the perfect match here, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So I am definitely seeing a divine connection happening here, especially with the hand in hand, which I see it as a promise, and the ring, which denotes commitment. So this is just giving me this narrative of two souls who have promised to unite in this lifetime and commit to one another, commit to their journey together. And there is the potential to unite with your counterpart. But this is about being honest in regards to your feelings. You know, sometimes we want something, sometimes we feel a certain way, but because our logic gets in the way, we don't accept those feelings. We don't accept what we desire, what we want, and so we push it to the side or we push it away. We resist it. And this is about letting go of that resistance. Like I said in the intuitive message with that flickering green light, maybe this union here, this partnership, this connection is something that feels out of reach, that feels too good to be true, that at times feels like a fantasy. And because of that, it's very difficult for you to accept that this is what you want, that this can be real for you. But Spirit is letting you know here, this resistance towards this, towards how you feel, towards what you want, is the reason why possibly this hasn't manifested as of yet. It's not because your guys are blocking it. I think it has to do more with the fact that we do have the mirror energy here. You two are reflecting each other. You two are each other's mirror. And so if there is doubt in you, your counterpart is going to reflect that. They are going to sense the doubt, the fear. And this is a connection that comes from the heart space. This is a connection that is not forced, you know. Your partner will not force you into anything. Just like I'm sure you wouldn't force your counterpart into anything. So if you do not feel sure about this, they will sense that. And they won't push you into it. They will sense that fear and pull back. And it might be the case for you guys as well, where you sense that possibly something is not quite right yet, and so that's why you don't come forward. But the Hangman also talks about a need to let go of control, because the King and Queen of Cups are one of the most compassionate and empathic characters of the deck. They are highly sensitive and psychic. So you guys can pick up on each other's emotions and feelings without even trying, With the Two of Cups and the Mirror card, this is a partner that will mirror you. And because you guys have been actively working on self-love and self-care, this is someone who is going to reflect that. Someone who will reflect your core values, how you view yourself, the love that you have for yourself. And I want you to know that this connection here is a manifestation and a result of your hard work, of your dedication to self. So if you're currently with somebody who is not showing up for you in the way that you are showing up for yourself, with love, with compassion, with respect and acceptance, then most likely this person is not the one we are speaking about in this reading, because this King of Cups or Queen of Cups, whichever you feel is representing them, is someone who is loving and loyal and doesn't ask anything more from you than who you are. This is someone who is not wanting to change you or force you to take actions that you do not want. This is someone who sees the real you and values you for who you are. Even if you haven't met this person, even if you haven't come into contact with them or union with them, even if you don't know who this person is, you are still picking up on them energetically, because you guys are connected spiritually and energetically. And I feel you guys will become more aware of this connection in the month of June, because this hangman is this hangman or this mirror energy is very spiritual. And so you might be dreaming about this person. I feel like also like telepathy is very strong for you guys. So you might be sending messages to each other through visuals, through your dreams, but also feels like in your waking hours. So if you tend to daydream a lot, in your daydreams, you might actually be receiving messages from your counterpart. Or you might even receive visuals of what they are seeing in the moment. And if you are already in union or connection with your counterpart, then this might be representing a higher level of commitment. And I feel like your partner will be offering this to you. And if that is the case, then the choice here is whether you accept this or whether you decide that it's not yet the time to move forward. But I feel like this is about accepting what you truly feel, what you truly want of this situation, how you want to move forward, and then stating that, putting that out there. Either communicating directly to your partner if you are in a situation where you can communicate it with your partner, or communicate it with the universe. Is simply being honest. And I feel like that will allow things to transform in your situation. That will allow your connection or your journey to move forward. And if this is not a physical union, this might just be you coming in contact with your divine counterpart if you haven't already, you communicating with them in some way. And I feel like one of the strongest ways of communication between you both will be spiritually or energetically, will be telepathically. I'm so sorry for all the background noise. Those are my neighbors' fur balls and feather buddies. We have 23 and 24 here. These might be significant numbers for the month of June, or this might be denoting birthdays. And this might just serve as confirmation for you guys. Usually I would also interpret like these kind of divine connections as a platonic soulmate, but I'm definitely sensing romantic vibes coming from here. Okay, but lastly, we are going to see what good news or blessings are coming your way in the month of June. And we have the Five of Cups, number 2, the Moon in reverse. And we have the Five of Swords, number 6, the Coffin in reverse. And to clarify, we have grounded. Okay, first thing I want to call your attention to the fact that we have the number 5 showing up here twice. And number 5 is all about changes, transformation. These changes are usually quite unexpected and very transformative. So I am definitely seeing things picking up for you. And I feel like that's why we have the grounded card here, because when things are changing for us, or when big changes are happening for us, it can feel like a little too much. It can feel like we're losing balance. And so I feel like that's why Spirit is just asking you to practice grounding in the month of June. Practice connecting with your higher self, and that will help you feel safe and secure in the knowing that all is unfolding as it is meant to. And I'm getting this energy of embrace, and as I was saying before, connecting with Spirit, being connected with all that is. Seeing how the roots go all the way down to this body of water here. Again, it's reminding me of this diving deep, connecting with your emotions, not being afraid of your feelings, not being afraid of your truth, because that will set you free. And that's what I'm seeing here with these birds, freedom. Is accepting your dreams, accepting your longings, your desires, and your wants. So for some of you, you might actually be connecting a lot with the Mother Gaia or with the energy of Earth in the month of June, and that will help you feel grounded. But I also feel like you will receive a lot of information or downloads when you do. If not, then this is just simply saying that you will be receiving a lot of downloads or information in the month of June, and it might be in regards to this connection. Now, with the Five of Swords, the Five of Swords often talks about an energy of needing to fight back or being on the defensive. I also see it as an energy of needing to prove yourself. And we do have the Coffin, which for me denotes endings and also an energy of rebirth. I feel like this is talking about finally letting your guard down in a way, finally surrendering to your journey, not feeling like you always need to be questioning everything or needing to know everything, every single little detail in order to feel confident in the steps that you're taking. I also see this as an ego death, actually, which I don't really resonate with, because I feel like the ego is part of our humanity. So this might simply be representing letting go of maybe habits or mentalities that were not allowing you to fully embrace your authentic self or to fully embrace your journey. This is also kind of reminding me of an awakening. I feel like we have a lot of rebirths in a single lifetime, because there's different phases to our journey, and it feels like this is one of the many cycles you are going to be closing in your journey. And with the Five of Cups here, so when the Five of Cups is upright, it lets me know that we are still holding on to something that has already ended, that is already part of the past, and us holding on to it is not allowing us to move forward. But we do have it in reverse, so I'm definitely seeing again a cycle closing for you guys. You finally moving away from things that were no longer serving you, things that have already ended and belong in your past. I feel like this is an energy of making amends with it, right? This is not about simply ignoring what happened in the past and completely forgetting about it and never revisiting it again. This is about being aware that it happened and that it's over and that you can move on, knowing that it happened and that it's over. And I feel like you can look back to the past now without feeling that tremendous sense of grief and pain. And then we do have the moon here. And as I was mentioning before, the moon speaks about illusions, hidden truths. So I feel like, as I was mentioning with this card over here, the illusions are finally falling away. The illusion that you don't have control over your life. The illusions that you need to have control over everything in order to move forward is finally falling away. And I see that we have the number 2 showing up a lot in this spread. So if you start seeing 222, that might also be a sign from the universe, or that might even be a sign from your counterpart that they are near, that they are right here with you. Because the number 2 for me denotes balance as well as partnership and union. And I actually feel like the new moon in June will be very significant. I feel like the energy of the new moon will help usher things in for you guys. So if you tend to work with new moon energy, maybe scripting, journaling, or doing your usual manifestation rituals, it will be very helpful. I feel like also during the new moon, it will be like a perfect time or like a perfect portal in order to strengthen your connection with your divine counterpart, possibly connect with them energetically. And I just feel like a lot of healing can be done during this new moon in terms to letting go of any insecurities or doubts in regards to this connection here. So I'm definitely seeing you guys feeling a bit more grounded in this month. I'm seeing you finally feeling stable and secure, be it within yourself, be it in your environment, in your business, in your career, in your studies, and being comfortable in your skin. For those of you who have been trying to connect with ancestors or have been actively working on healing ancestral karma, then I do see progress in regards to that in the month of June. I do see you feeling more connected with your ancestral line or with your ancestors and receiving guidance from them. I just received the message, feeling at peace with your lineage. As I mentioned, it might just be as well as feeling at peace with your past. And in that, you are helping usher in this union with your counterpart, and also this new perspective in regards to your journey and life in general. Yeah, but that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance and clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye.